Hey everyone, and welcome back to CJ Race Cars YouTube channel. Today we're going to show you some updates on Jamie Hancocks 69 Camaro. Last video we showed you some pieces that Troy was doing with the Firewall and how much goes into actually doing those pieces in the Firewall. He's got a few more pieces of the Firewall done, and they've been doing some carbon work on the interior. So we'll take you out there and show you that, and also a few updates on the Willies that we haven't got to show you. They got some tubs in there and cutting in a steel deck lid on that thing to make room for wheelie bars. So we'll take you out there and show you all that. Also, we have something really big coming up that we want to show you guys in the next few days. We can't show you yet, but in the next few days, keep an eye on the channel. It's going to be pretty cool. Since the last time we showed you Jamie's car earlier this week when Troy was doing some Firewall stuff, we've got a few pieces of carbon floor installed. Andrew's been doing this the last day or so. Also, once he got the floor cut, we pretty much go to the center of the tube on most of these, get the floor cut, and then he installed a Zeus tabs. This is also something, I don't know if you've seen these, anyone on this channel seen these, but these are Zeus noids. So instead of having to drill a big hole here, 7/16 hole for your Zeus off the bat, put your spring in and everything else, use a Zeus noid and an 1/8" Cleco, and then that holds it. You only have to put an 1/8" hole in here. This also centers up on a Zeus tab, so it makes the installation of these panels super easy. If you need to take them in or out, real easy. And you also don't have to drill out your springs every time you gotta send a car to powder coat, because that's kind of a real pain, especially to get the rivets out of the spring is a pain. It's not really worth doing. Also, he's got the Carbon X started on the driver's door, so that'll be getting finished up here the next day. Troy's also done 2 panels on that side of the titanium Firewall, and he's got another panel done on this side. The Firewall will be pretty close, be wrapped up by the end of the week. Once the Firewall is completed on this car, we're going to move to the back and modify the quarters a little bit. This is going to be primarily a 275 car, but they do want to make sure it'll fit a big tire in case they want to run it. So we'll move the sail panel out a hair and make the wheel well opening a little bit bigger also, so that it will fit a 34.5 or 36 if they decide to run it. I know there's a couple tracks close to where Jamie lives, and they do some stuff with big dog races and stuff like that, so they won't be able to run that. That'll be the next thing. Once the quarter panel is modified, we can fit the tub. Obviously, we can't fit the tub now and then modify the quarter because the tub wouldn't seal right. So that'll be it, and then we'll move that way. And at that point, the sheet metal will be pretty close, because on this car, we're only going to do the tub to the lower part of the window. We're not going to go all the way to the back. It'll save probably 10 pounds or so. And with a nitro steel, you really have to keep it light, which we mentioned in some of our videos before. This is a 25-1, has a lot smaller tubes than we normally run. Still plenty of car, but it just doesn't need the same tubing that like a blower car or turbo car needs. So in that aspect, we're trying to save all the weight we can by stopping the sheet metal, the thin, at the lower part of the window.
So when you stop the tub at the lower part of the window,
yep.
What goes?
Nothing.
It's just open back there.
It's open.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've done a few cars like that. Justin's Lexus is like that. It saves a little bit of weight. With a big tire, there's a little bit of cleanup because you end up with some rubber back there and stuff. But when you're trying to chase, 10 pounds, 15 pounds, it makes a big difference. So that way, if you get the car down, I think, approved to 75, they're going to maybe 2450 or something. And with the steel rivet quarters with the driver, that's a it's pretty light. So you want to also be able to have weight to move. You don't want to be right at 2450, and then if you need to move weight to make the car work in certain tracks, you don't have to. But that's about it. That covers what we're going to do for the next few weeks on this car. I'll take you over and show you what Danny and Troy have been doing on the Willies. We've got some stuff done on it.
Wanted to update on the Willies. We had gotten the tubs in and parachute pull point and so forth since the last time you've seen it. Had to turn this edge back a little bit to be able to get the tubs in and out. Of course, once the car is finished, it'll only go in and that'll be the end of it. But in the meantime, they've been in and out a couple of times. But basically, it's we use the Jerry Bickle carbon fiber tubs. They work really, really well. Fit like a glove after you cut them a little bit. And then also on this car, we had a little bit of an issue with the wheelie bars coming through the back. A very unconventional car from what we're used to, clearly, being a 39 Willies as opposed to the 70-something Chevy or Ford or what have you. So to have the wheelie bars come through we had to kind of go up into the trunk lid area. This is all going to get trimmed out. There's going to be a lip that's going to be formed that goes up and around here. That'll capture the tin. Once we do all the tin in the back, that'll all get closed off. But for now, it's just a rough opening. And like I said, this is
You have a line on the tub in there, Troy. Is that where the tin work will
kind of
go?
Yeah, this will get trimmed back up into there somewhere, and that tin will all get closed off. You know, this area here will go up, you know, into this area and so forth. I haven't quite exactly got the tin laid out in my head perfect yet, but I got a pretty good idea, and for the most part, it's all going to get closed off once you open the trunk lid. We're just working on trying to get the steel trunk lid to function in a way to be able to take it off and on without it folding in half. So we're going to come up with some kind of bracing or something, but we haven't gotten there yet. But for the most part, if you look underneath, you can lift it up and see all the bracing and so forth for the parachute pull point and such. But in the meantime, the
Oh yeah, that's pretty.
deck lid's a little delicate, so we haven't quite got a handle on how we're gonna stiffen that back up a little bit. But in order to do the work that we need to do, the deck lid had to be released to just the skin.
Do you want to go over how you had to cut the?
Oh, the lip? That
Yeah.
was just basically a trim for along this edge was probably about twice that. And in order to get the tub in and out, we had to just trim it back. So basically, what it is, I just mounted the fender in there like it goes. And we just drilled holes over farther since it was just wasted space. And now I can get the tub in and out. Of course, like I already said, once the tub's in the car.
Those holes that are in there now, they were on the piece you cut out?
They were over here, which basically captured the tub.
Yeah.
There wasn't enough room in between the frame rails and the body with this lip for me to get the tub up in there. So I had to relieve it back a little bit. There's still plenty of original metal there. It's not like, you know.
So you re-drilled that and the factory fender itself
At the
to match.
same time, while it was all bolted in with the old hardware, yeah.
Okay.
So it'll bolt up exactly the way it was before. And who knows what the body man's going to do, you know, when it comes time to actually repaint this car.
Yeah.
At the end, you know, they might try and make it even more perfect than it was.
Yeah.
I think the last time we did a video on this, we didn't have the gas pedal in yet. We had the brake pedal and the pedals kind of sort of where they were going to be going and mounted. Master cylinder, I think, was mounted, but no brake lines except for the one going to the rear. So since then, we've mounted the gas pedal where it will be and kind of mocked up a linkage system here that we're going to have to use. We're going to not use this thing here. It'll be made out of titanium, and it's like a cantilever type thing where the cable will come down through there and it'll turn up and catch these holes, and that allows for the gas pedal to move like a little over an inch and a quarter, or something like that, because we have to have the cable move up at the projector 2 1/4 inches.
Yeah.
And the gas pedal can't throw that far, even with these adjustments being the way the car is. So this multiplies it, makes the cable not have hardly any real kinks in it, and it'll work pretty good.
I got you.
And
So the cable will mount back here now?
The cable will be coming through down here, probably put through a hole in the mid plate, and it'll run right along this way, and then it'll have a mount here for the cable itself to mount to, where it captures the cable, and then it'll be curving upward, and it'll go up and catch this with the line joint.
Okay.
So when you
Yeah.
the throttle, this is what you get.
Okay.
It moves this way, and as you can see, it's almost a 2-to-1 ratio right now. So the gas pedal moves about an inch.
Yeah.
That down there moves quite a bit. And
Yeah.
It has to move at least 2 1/4. So that's kind of what we've done since the last video on that. And like the remote reservoir over here is installed, the lines are installed for that. The holes, I don't know if they were in yet for the brake line to go through the frame, but we can't install that till once everything's painted or powder coated, because once it goes in, it's there.
Yeah, I don't remember if that was there before or not.
No, we finished the brake rod, and as you can see, this is very, very solid and a very good operating brake.
Oh yeah, yeah. The way this thing has the nose support coming off in the back in 2 spots, like this thing is like.
It is rock solid.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that brake system there has a real good feel to it. It's riding on bearings. It's very, very smooth. We ran from, this will be where that line comes out from that hole back there. And that's where the master cylinder front feeds the line lock. That will go here. This will go to your caliper with the flex line. And then we made the hard line that goes around over to the other side for the other brake.
Very nice.